Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, familia.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. I'm your Captain Ariella from the Light of Zion.
I'm your Captain Mashal from the Light of Zion.
So we have a very short but and simple topic, but it's an important topic nevertheless, right? The fear of the Most High. Should we fear the Most High? Should we fear God? Is fearing God something that we gotta do? Should that be a part of our normal, affairs? Let's see. Let's get start out with Colossians chapter 3, verse 17.
The book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to Yahweh and the Abba by him.
So everything we do, we do it in the name of the Father via the Son. You know what I mean? Whom the world ignorantly calls Hamashiach. Whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, right? Because we're representatives on him down here, right? Let's get right to it. Let's get Psalms 34 and let's start at 11. Psalms 34 and let's start at verse 11. Right, because a lot of these religions, they teach you that you don't have to fear God. God is all love. God is, he just love and hugs and kisses, and I got a personal relationship with him. You know what? With that being said, hold that. Let's get Proverbs 4 and 2.
The book of Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 2. For I give you good doctrine.
Give you good what?
Good doctrine.
Okay.
Forsake ye not my law.
Forsake ye not the law. It always goes back to the law. The law is the foundation, right?
Law into the Testament.
And you follow the law when you do what, right? When you fear the Most High. But we're going to prove that, right? Let's get that Psalms 34, verse 11. Yeah, come on.
All right.
I just edit that part out.
The book of Psalms chapter 34 and verse 11. Psalms 34 and verse 11. Come ye children, hearken unto me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord.
Teach you what?
The fear of the Lord.
Okay.
What man is he that desireth life and loveth many days, that he may see good?
So he's saying, King David is saying, hearken unto me, and I will teach you the fear of the Lord, right? What man is he that desireth life and loveth many days, that he may do good? So he's going to show you what this fear of the Lord is. Keep going.
Keep thy tongue from evil.
Okay.
And thy lips from speaking God.
All right.
Depart from evil and do good.
Go on.
Seek peace.
Seek what?
Peace.
All right.
And pursue it.
And pursue it. Chase after it. Go ahead.
The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are open unto their cry.
Okay.
The face of the Lord is against them that do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth.
So that's what it means to fear the Lord, to keep from evil, to do good, to depart from evil, to seek peace, pursue it. You know what I mean? To do righteousness, to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's exactly what it is. It's the foundation. So that's the definition of fearing the Most High, right? Let's get one more. Let's get Psalms 111. No. Let's go Deuteronomy 10 and 12 for now.
And David gave you good examples. Gave you perfect examples, man, how to fear the Most High. Because a lot of our time, our people, they don't know how to control their mouth.
Yeah.
They don't. Yeah. That's one thing we do not know how to do, control our mouth. That's why it says, ye children, hearken me to listen.
Yeah. It's
going to show us how to fear the Most High God. Right? The way the Most High God intends us to fear him.
Psalms 1, Deuteronomy 10 and 12.
Right.
Yeah, because the scriptures, man, they say you're going to be liable for every idle word that comes out of your mouth. You know what I mean? So that's a really important point you brought out right there.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
So we're trying to establish what this fear is. What does fear the Most High mean, right? What is this fear that the Most High speaks about in the Bible, that all these denominations get confused and tie up in doctrine, right?
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 12. And now Israel, what do the Lord thy God require of thee?
So what does the Most High require of us, right? Keep going.
But to fear the Lord thy God.
To do what?
To fear the Lord thy God.
Okay.
To walk in all his ways.
To walk in all his ways.
And to love him.
And to love him.
And to serve the Lord thy God.
Okay.
With all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So that's what it means to fear the Most High. To walk in his ways, to love him, to fear him, to serve the Lord thy God with all your heart and with all your soul. To keep the commandments, essentially, right? That's what it means to fear the Most High. Drop to verse 20.
The verse Deuteronomy, it's like it. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 20. Thou shalt fear the Lord thy God. Him shalt thou serve. And to him shalt thou cleave and swear by his name.
So we do these things in his name. Like we always read Colossians chapter 3 verse 17, right? Mm-hmm. And so we got to keep in mind when we're out at these jobs, we got fringes on, we got zits on. We got to keep in mind, like, we represent him, right?
Representation.
We're a representation of him, right? So when we are out and about on our daily lives trying to, bring something home for our families, we got to keep in mind. Because when you slip up, the first thing gonna say, "Oh, ain't you a Hebrew?"
That's the first thing they're gonna mention.
Ain't you a Hebrew? Yeah. They're gonna point that thing out the first time you slip.
And it's like that's the only time they're gonna call you a Hebrew when you do something wrong. Ain't you a Hebrew? Like,
yeah. Christians never get called out.
No, never.
Christians don't be getting called out like that, man. Most Christians don't. And anyway,
no.
Let's go to Sirach, the book of Sirach, chapter 1, and we'll start at verse 16.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1 and verse 16. Page 71 in your Red Apocrypha.
Good.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1 and verse 16. The fear of the Lord is fullness of wisdom, and filleth men with her fruit. She filleth all their houses with things desirable, and the garnish with her increase.
So it says the fear of the Lord is fullness of wisdom, and filleth men with her fruits. She filleth all their houses with things desirable, and garners, and with their increase. Like all these things that come with fearing the Most High, these are blessings.
These are blessings.
These are good things that come with the fear of the Most High. But Christianity will have you believe that no, you shouldn't fear God. You should have a personal relationship with the Most High, right? Christianity will have you believe you shouldn't fear God. God needs to be your friend, and you could do whatever you want, but He's your friend. I
got a quick precept about we talking about that. I'm going to the book of Romans chapter 7 and verse 7. Because they make it seem like it's a bad thing. Let me see, that's what I want. Yeah. And they make it seem like serving God is a bad thing. Like to fear him is a bad thing, man. Like you got to be just wicked and just abominable and just radical, you know? Like you just got to be just doing what you want to do.
The book of Romans chapter 7 verse 7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin?
Is the law sin? Is serving God sin? To keep God's laws? Read.
Most High forbid.
God forbid mean no. So why do our people say when you tell them that you gotta keep God's law, they say, "Oh, Christ fulfilled that." So you don't honor your father, your mother no more? You don't love thy neighbor like you love thyself? You're not doing these things no more? That stop? No. Read.
God forbid, nay, I had not known sin. But by the law.
But by the what?
But by the law.
So when you come in the knowledge of serving God, you know now that, okay, if I break these laws here, then I'm not fearing God. The fear of God is keeping his commandments. Read.
For I had not known lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet.
Paul said, I never knew wrong unless the law told me that. Yeah. So when the law told you that you can't do certain things, now that fear sets in now. I'm not going to do that. Because God said I can't do that.
God.
Yeah. That's the fear now. So if you're not moving off fear no more, what are you moving off?
God.
That was it, King. I'm going to go back.
Yeah. And you know, it's like having a Sirach 1 and you can keep going at 18 kind. And it's like, you know, when you have a parent or a guardian, you know, somebody who looks over you, you're gonna, to abide in their love, you're gonna abide by their rules.
Of course, yeah.
And you know what, when you slip up, when you make a mistake, you know, you're gonna be punished for that mistake. You know what I mean? And that's love.
That's love.
That's love. So to an extent, you gotta fear those punishments. You gotta fear those judgments because you live in their household, and when you fall, you gotta be judged, right? Can't read that, King.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1 and verse 18. In your pocket, in your pocket for the red book, page 71. The fear of the Lord is a crown of wisdom.
Is a crown of what?
A crown of wisdom.
All right.
Making peace and perfect health, to flourish, both which are the gifts of God, and enlarging their rejoicing that love Him.
Those are all beautiful things that comes with the fear of the Most High. That comes with fearing God, right? So it's not like Christianity would have you think that fearing God is like this taboo thing. Oh, you shouldn't fear God. You should have a personal relationship with Him, and that's it. No, the Most High is a terrible power. You need to fear. You need to fear Him. Mm-hmm. Keep His laws. Keep His statutes. Keep His commandments. Right? And there's blessings that come behind that. Let's get out the book of Psalms, chapter 111 and verse 10.
And I'm gonna tell you what a lot of people think. They're thinking God their friend.
Yeah.
God only told Moses that and David that, as far as my knowledge. Maybe a couple more. Yeah. God's not your friend, man.
Yeah.
He's your father, man.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of our youth is, and our older people too. They're thinking, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be a friend to my children. Yeah. I'm gonna raise them like they're my friend. No. You are the parent. You make the rules. They are the child. They're the one that listen. Stop trying to get it both ways. No, they are not your friend. God is not your friend. That's your father.
God.
Because if you treat him like a friend, then you don't fear him then.
Yeah.
That's my buddy. I ain't gotta fear him.
Yeah. Okay. God, that's right.
The book of Psalms, chapter 111 and verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
The beginning of what?
Beginning of wisdom.
Okay.
A good understanding have all they that do His commandments. His praise endures forever.
God. His praise endures. Man, a good understanding have all they that do hear His commandments, man. That's the fear of the Most High.
That's the fear, brother.
Is keeping His commandments. That's the fear right there. Mm-hmm. Because when you fear the Most High, you're not going to want to go against His judgments. You're not going to want to go against His laws, statutes, and commandments. You're going to go and do the things which He loves, right? Mm-hmm. Let's get St. John 15:10.
Mm-hmm. Book of St. John, chapter 15 and verse 10. Yeah, we got to get out of that mind frame that God is your buddy.
I used to have buddies when I was in the world who we used to slap box. That's stuff you do with your buddies.
Yeah, you play pranks on them and stuff.
Yeah. You ain't playing no pranks. You ain't playing no pranks on the Most High. I'll tell you that much. He cannot be mocked.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, King.
15 and 10.
Yeah.
The book of St. John, chapter 15 and verse 10. If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in His love.
So it's about keeping the commandments. That's the fear of the Most High. That's what I would call a healthy fear of God, right? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 2 and we'll start at verse 1.
The book of Proverbs chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commandments with thee, so that thou incline thy ear unto wisdom and apply thy heart unto understanding. Yeah, if thou criest after knowledge and liftest up thy voice for understanding, if thou seekest her as silver and searchest for her as for hidden treasures.
So the scriptures say, man, if you seek the commandments, there's wisdom and knowledge, like you seek treasure, like you seek silver, like you seek gold, like you seek all these material things. Keep going.
Verse 5. Then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord.
Then shalt understand what?
Then shalt thou understand the fear of the Lord.
Go ahead.
And find knowledge of God.
So when you seek the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, just like you seek gold and silver and treasures and stuff like that, that's when you're gonna understand the fear of the Most High. Why? Because the fear of the Most High is keeping the commandments. Read on, keep going.
Verse 6. For the Lord giveth wisdom, out of his mouth cometh knowledge and understanding.
So that's understanding. Understanding, like Psalms 111 and 10 says, is keeping the commandments. You know, it's having a fear of the Most High. Right? So let's get 2 Kings chapter 17 verse 39. 2 Kings chapter 17 verse 39.
The book of 2 Kings chapter 17 and verse 39. Let me know when you're ready.
Go ahead.
But the Lord your God ye shall fear.
Ye shall what?
But the Lord your God ye shall fear.
Okay.
And he shall deliver you out of the hand of all your enemies.
He shall what?
And he shall deliver you out of the hand of all your enemies.
So when you fear the Most High, in other words, when you're keeping the Most High's commandments, he's going to deliver you from the hand of all your enemies. He's going to look out for you, right? He's going to make sure you're good, right? Let's get Psalms 91 and we'll start at 9. There's perks to having fear for the Most High. People don't understand that. Psalms chapter 91 verse 9.
The book of Psalms chapter 91 and verse 9. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy inhabitants, thy habitations. It's like it. Verse 10. Read it again from the top. The book of Psalms chapter 91 and verse 9. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thine habitations.
Okay.
There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh unto thy dwelling.
That word there, habitation, is a very important word, because what do you do at a habitation? You go there for rest. That's where you keep your family. That's your dwelling place. That's where you eat. That's where you shower. That's where you feel comfort. You know what I mean? That's where you do everything. That's your safe haven. So when you make the Most High your habitation, meaning you lean upon him for everything,
good things
you
come.
know what I mean? Good things come. No harm shall come nigh thy dwelling, right? And that's a healthy fear of the Most High.
Yeah.
Let's get 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and we'll start at 9. Because even Paul, Christians love to run to Paul's letters, but let's see how Paul taught the scriptures.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 9. Wherefore we labor that whether present or absent, we may be acceptable of him.
Come on, go ahead.
Verse 10. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ,
Right, keep going.
that everyone may receive the things done in his body, according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad.
Con. So we're gonna receive that judgment from Christ, whether it be on everything that we do, whether it be good or whether it be bad. Right? Verse 11.
Verse 11. Knowing therefore that the terror of the Lord,
The what?
the terror of the Lord,
The who?
the terror of the Lord,
Okay.
we persuade men.
We what?
We persuade men.
Con. So Paul said himself, he persuaded men through the terror of the Most High, right? Because that teaching with the to keep to have a healthy fear of the Most High, you can persuade people to go back to these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you read these curses and you realize, listen, these things are on our people because we didn't abide in the Most High for the love of all things, for you know, if we didn't keep Him as our habitation, that's why all these evils came upon us. And the only way to get these curses from off of us is to go back to Him, to have a fear of Him, to go back to fearing Him, to keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what bring a lot of us people on board, right? That's why these brothers are, you know, it seems like they can be rough at times on people in the streets because they're trying to teach people the fear of the Most High.
Yeah, and they gotta persuade men.
They gotta persuade men. Come. And Ezekiel did the same thing. Zechariah did the same thing. Jeremiah did the same thing. Ezekiel had it hard, man.
Yeah.
I say you to a stiff-necked people. Most I repeated that about 20 times in the first 3 chapters.
I want to let me back on something you said too, Cap. Because when we read about the habitations, like you were saying, that's a place of your rest. That's a place of your domain. That's a place that you share with your family. You protect it, right? I want to read something, right? I want to read Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha in the Red Book, 86. Chapter 27 and verse 3. Right? Because if you don't fear God, that thing trickle down, not just to you, but your whole family. We're going to read how important it is to fear the Most High God. Right? It's a very important thing to fear God.
You said chapter 27?
Yeah, chapter 27 and verse 3.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 27 and verse 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Most High, his house shall soon be overthrown.
It says, unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Most High. I mean, you continually to fear the Most High God diligently with everything that you got, right? Unless he do these things, right? And if he don't do these things, his house is going to be overthrown. Now your old lady's out of line now. Now your children out of line now. Now nobody keeping the commandments in your house no more now. Now the Most High God done put a spirit in the house that everybody's arguing now. There ain't nobody getting along. That house used to be peaceful. It's not peaceful no more.
Yeah.
Because you stopped fearing the Most High God. So now your wife and your children stop fearing the Most High God. You stop breaking the Sabbath, they stop breaking the Sabbath. And that it's like a snowball effect. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. So now your whole household is overthrown.
That's right.
Yeah. Because you wasn't diligent and you didn't stay with it. You stopped. You was good for a couple of years. Everybody keeping the commandments, everybody got fringes on. Then when you stop, everybody stopped.
And that's why it's important to stay in the faith, man. To constantly endure, man, because as your faith gets stronger, bigger tests are gonna come, and you gotta endure until the end. Let's get Psalms 47 and we'll start at verse 1.
The book of Psalms chapter 47. And verse 1. O clap your hands, O ye people. Shout unto God with the voice of trumpet.
Good.
For the Lord Most High is a terrible.
Is what?
Is terrible.
Okay.
He is a great king over all the earth.
King David said the Most High is terrible, right? Terrible, terrible, terrible. A great king over all the earth. If that's what King David thought about the Most High here on earth, I wonder what the angels thought about him, right? Mm-hmm. Let's get 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 21. 2nd Ezra chapter 8 verse 21.
Let's start at 20.
Yeah.
The book of 2nd Ezra chapter 8 and verse 20. Ready?
Come.
O Lord, thou that dwellest in everlastingness, which beholdest from above things in the heaven and in the air.
Yeah.
Verse 21. Whose throne is
inestimable.
Whose throne is inestimable, whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the host of angels stand with trembling.
Stand with what?
Stand with trembling.
The scriptures say that the host of heaven, the angels stand trembling before the Most High. That's his glory right there. It says, whose glory may not be comprehended. They can't comprehend his glory.
No.
And those are the angels. Can you imagine us? You know what I mean? That's the glory of the Most High.
And that's how powerful the Most High God is, King. That's how just his glory alone is powerful.
Now, if that's King David, who was perfect in the eyes of the Most High, and the angels, you know what I mean, who follow his commandment to the T, I wonder if let's see who else feels that way about the Most High. Let's get James chapter 2 and verse 19.
The book of James chapter 2 and verse 19.
Okay.
Thou believest that there is one God. Thou dost well. The devils also believe.
The devils what?
The devils also believe.
Okay.
And tremble.
And they do what?
And tremble.
The devils also believe and they tremble. Bring that out. The angels tremble. The devils also believe and tremble. Mm-hmm. But you out here telling people that you ain't gotta fear the Most High.
Come on, man.
You ain't gotta have no fear for the Most High. You just gotta be his friend. And you ain't gotta do nothing he says. You ain't gotta do nothing the book says. You ain't even gotta believe in the book. A lot of these denominations are bugged out, man.
Yeah, bugged out. I met a sister today, man. Who was talking, and I asked her, she asked me about my ZZs, and I told her about my Z's, why I got the ZZs on, and to fear the Most High God. And I asked her, does she believe in God? She said, yeah, I believe in God, but I don't believe in religion. I said, do you believe in Christ? Yeah, I believe in Christ, but I don't believe in religion. Well, you're saying that you don't believe in the Bible. That's exactly what you're saying. You don't believe in this Bible. How could you believe in God and not believe in his word? How? Christ said, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. Right? How? Our people are, like you say, our people are tossed to and fro with every wind of doctrine, man. They bugged out here, man.
That's right. Let's get a few more. Let's get Exodus 15 and 3. Book of Exodus 15 and 3.
Yeah, that's the mind frame of our people, man. You know, and that goes back to that doctrine, have a personal relationship.
And a lot of them, man, they so bugged out. They say, "Oh, why would I fear God?" You know, like, oh, like I just can't understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. That's why I look at it that way, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, King.
The book of Exodus, chapter 15 and verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
He's a man of what?
A man of war.
Okay.
The Lord is his name.
God, he's a man of war.
Mm-hmm.
You know? He's not just loves and hugs and kisses. Let's get Amos 3 and 6.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord had not done it?
Shall there be evil in the city, and you don't think the Most High has something to do with that? Man, you better check yourself. The Most High was a man of war, like it says in the book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 6. The Most High don't change.
Mm-hmm.
He's the same before, now, and forever, right? Let's get, what was that precept you called earlier? 1 Samuel?
Yeah, 1 Samuel 2 and 4, 2 and 6.
2 and...
I think it's 2 and 4. I'm mistaken. No, 6 is the Lord killed it.
Yeah, we'll go down to 6. Start at 3
Should
and then...
be 2 Samuel. It's like, yeah, 1 Samuel 2. 1 Samuel 2 and 3. And we'll go on now. 3 and we'll jump down to 6.
Come.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2 and verse 3. Talk no more exceedingly proud. Let not arrogancy, how you say it? Arrogancy come out of your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed.
God, by him actions are weighed, right? So it ain't just about what you say, you know. You could say, "Oh God, I love God, and you know I love Jesus, and the blood of Jesus." It's not about that. It's about your actions. What are you doing to show that you love Him? You know, what do your actions say about what you're doing? You know what I mean? Drop to verse 6.
Verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bring down to the grave and bringeth up.
God, the Most High kills and makes alive. He does both, right? He does all these things. You know, He is the author of this thing. He's the author. You know, He's the director, the producer, the executive producer.
Everything.
He does everything. Yeah, God. All praises to Him, huh? Right? Let's get. You got something?
No.
Let's get Proverbs 9 and 10.
It'll come to me, Proverbs 9 and 10. Book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 10. Book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
God, the knowledge of the holy is understanding. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So the beginning of wisdom, the beginning of you having understanding about this Bible is you being fearful of the Most High, being fearful of His judgments, being fearful of slipping up, being fearful and mindful that you got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? Let's get the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and 13.
Book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Okay.
Fear God.
Do what?
Fear God.
Okay.
And keep his commandments.
All right.
For this is the whole duty of men.
So the whole duty of man is to fear God and keep his commandments. Because fearing God is keeping his commandments. Keep going.
Verse 14. For God shall bring every work into judgment.
Okay.
With every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
He's gonna bring that thing out whether you like it or not. Whether you thought you try to do it in secret, he's gonna bring that thing out. Let's get Galatians 6 and 7. A lot of people think they got away with that thing, you know. The Most High, he ain't gonna tarry. You ain't gonna get away with it forever.
And you know something too, because the pastor doesn't teach the fear of the Lord.
Yeah.
So a lot of our people, they don't know how to fear the Most High God. They thinking everything's just sweet because you go there, you dance, you shout, oh Lord, 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 Lord. But you don't know how the Most High God get down.
Yeah.
The Most High God killed everybody besides what? It was 8 people? Noah and his family? He killed everybody besides Noah and his family. Flooded the whole earth. Right? Killed all the firstborns of the Egyptians. Right? Most High don't play around, man. He don't play around at all. He mean business.
He mean business. Oh yeah. Get that, King. Galatians 6 and 7.
The book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap also.
So whatever you do on earth, man, that thing is gonna come back for you, man. The Most High he don't think you got away with that thing. Thinking that you got away with something on the earth is like thinking that you got one up on the Most High. Thinking that you got one up on the you know, that you deceived him in some way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah.
Let's get Nehemiah 1 and 5.
The book of Nehemiah chapter 1 and verse 5.
Yeah.
And said, I beseech thee, O Lord God of heaven, the great and terrible God.
The what?
The great and terrible God.
Okay.
That keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love him and observe his commandments.
So observe how the prophet Nehemiah said this. He said, the great and terrible God that keepeth covenant and mercy for those that love him and observe his commandments.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like we said from the beginning, fearing the Most High is keeping his commandments. That love and that mercy, that all that comes as a result of fearing the Most High, which is essentially keeping his commandments.
I got a precept for you. Give me 1 John. 1 John 2 and 3. Yeah, 1 John 2 and 3. I'm going down to 5.
In the book of 1 John chapter 2 verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And hereby we know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
How do you know God?
If we keep his commandments.
So, the way that you know God, right, according to the Bible, is keeping his commandments. Not how you feel, not how your mothers feel. You follow the way the Most High God tell you to follow. The things that he tell you to obey him by. Read that one more time.
And hereby we do know that we know him, if we keep his commandments.
Come on.
He that saith I know him, and keepeth not his commandments,
come on,
is a liar.
Is it what?
Is a liar.
So all you that say that you got a personal relationship with God and you don't keep his commandments, you are a liar. The Bible calls you a liar. Right? Because you don't do nothing that he say. You don't do nothing that he say. The Bible narrows right down to the T. It's blunt with you. You're deceiving yourself when you say these things. What are your works? That's why the Most High God says in Samuel that actions are weighed. You can't just say something out of your mouth and thinking God gonna go for that. You thinking God's your friend, your buddy, your pal? No, God is your Father. God is the creator of heaven and earth. He's not nothing to play around with. Read.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
And the truth is not in him or her. So when they tell me that they tell me that they have a personal relationship with God, I know you're lying off the bat. Because you ain't keeping none of his commandments. And the truth is not in you. What you got, King?
Let me see.
Yeah, the Bible calls you a liar, man. That's what you are. Be not deceived. God is not mocked, man. You mock God when you say that. God like, nigga ain't got nothing to do with you.
Con. Let's get Revelation 14, and you can start at 6.
The book of Revelation chapter 14 and verse 6. And I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying,
what does he say?
With a loud voice, fear God.
Fear what?
Fear God.
Fear who?
Fear God.
Okay.
And give glory to him.
All right.
For the hour of his judgment is come. And worship him that made heaven and earth, the sea and the fountains of waters.
So what's interesting is that when these denominations, when these religions preach about the gospel, they don't mention the fear of the Most High.
No.
But the fear of the Most High goes hand in hand with the gospel, right? Mm-hmm. Why do I say that? Because if salvation is, getting saved from your enemies, like it says Luke 168, then what's the recompense for these enemies? These enemies, there's something that's got to come to them, right? They got to get that recompense for everything they have done, right? And that's that fear that we got to have also, being the chosen ones, that if we don't do according to his law, statutes, and commandments, we're going to receive part of that judgment as well. Mm-hmm. I got one more, King. Unless you got some.
No, what you got?
Sirach 43 and 29.
I got 2 more. 43, 29. The book of Sirach.
You can start at 28.
The book of Ecclesiastes in the Red Apocrypha, page 97. Chapter 43 and verse 28. And verse 28. How shall we be able to magnify him? For if he is great above all his works.
Okay.
The Lord is terrible.
He is what?
Terrible.
Okay.
And very great. And marvelous in his works. It's like and marvelous in his power.
All right.
When you glory the Lord, exalt him as much as you can.
All right.
For even yet you will be far exceeding. Exceeding? Yeah.
Yet will he far exceed.
Yeah. Read it from top. When you glorify the Lord, exalt him as much as you can. For even yet he will far exceed.
All right.
And when you exalt him, put forth all your strength, and be not weary, for you can never go far enough.
You can never do much. You can never go far enough for the Most High. You got to give it 1,000%, right? Because it's like having a mom that was always there for you. You can never repay her back for the things she's done for you. You know what I mean?
Never. Give me Give me Matthew 15 and 3.
Con.
Got 1 or 2 more. Let's see.
Con. This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 15 and verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition?
And now our people love keeping these traditions of their oppressor. And when you keep these traditions, you break the laws of God. You don't show God that you fear him. You go right to church on Easter, keeping Easter, and Easter has nothing to do with God. How do you fear him? You let your children go Easter egg hunting when a bunny doesn't lay eggs. So you're lying to your children. You don't fear the Most High God. You got all those bright colors on that your oppressor told you to wear. And you don't fear God, right? Drop to 8 and 9.
Con. This is the book of St. Matthew, chapter 15, verse 8. This people draweth nigh unto me with their mouth, and honoreth me with their lips.
Saying what?
But their heart is far from me.
God say his people draw nigh from him with their mouth. You draw close to God with your mouth. At every award shows, in every Oscar, they always saying they giving shout outs to God.
Yeah.
Now people always saying they love God. Oh, baby, I love God. Love me some God. But your actions show something totally different. Read.
Verse 9. But in vain they do worship me.
God said in vain you do worship him. Everything is empty. You talk out your mouth, but what do your actions say? God said I weigh everything in actions. Actions are weighed. You talk a good game, right? But do you really fear the Most High? Are you doing you, or are you doing what the Most High God tell you to do? Read.
But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
You've been taught the commandments of men, how to fear man. You fear your pastor more than anything. Oh, I gotta put that drink down. Pastor coming around. But dang, you get pissy drunk and not thinking the Most High God is not gonna care about that. Yeah, we don't think about things like that because we're so busy trying to impress man. Why you not trying to impress the Most High by keeping his commandments? That's it.
Con, it was a short class, but it's a good class, you know? It's very important. Because the fear of the Most High is something good, you know what I mean? There's blessings that come behind that. And it helps you stay afloat, you know what I mean? Because that fear of the Most High keeps you within the bounds of the law, statutes, and commandments. You know? So with that being said, we want to give all praises, all thanks to the Most High Yahweh through his Son Hamashiach Yahushai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I'm your Captain Ariella.
I'm your Captain Marshall.
Khan, and we want to say Shalom, family.
Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Khan.